on there. Peace and love to all. Mhm. Sufa al-Fatiha, Al-Sufian, Allah. We open in the name of our divine creator. Oh, yes. And a beautiful day to be alive. Every day, as the Sufian says, is a blessed gift. Yes. That life be no curse.
That's what they teach us and speak on. The church.
I have heard. I'm telling you, I have heard.
Right now, getting
I have heard. And I had to study to see if so. According to text. In your heart, you already not a hill of beans or a hill of beans, as they say. But in text, it looks true in text until you find greater text that supersedes. That's why we're going to go into a special understanding of how the demon gods have lied to all of humanity with these texts. These texts that we think we have, there's murder, slavery, bloodshed, sacrificing.
Yeah.
And the book is called Holy. Then we must understand that is not of the heart. That is not the way of the heart. And if life be a gift, then murder, sure enough, is taking a gift away.
That's right.
And so we know the demon gods have destroyed texts, fabricated their own text, put the false text in the name of God. So those believers be pulled in to curse themselves. So every book that a demon writes is a grimoire, or we used to say a grimy ivory in ancient tongues. So to protect ourselves, we need some rules to understand. So first, the first rule of protection of the Al-Sufian is magic is forbidden. You ask, why is magic forbidden? Magic is forbidden because it only true power, number 14, is to deceive. So once you find out you didn't have the truth and you thought you had the truth, that's called the power of magic. Its only true power is to deceive. So as it was written, that the whole world will be deceived, except for a few. And that came out the grimoire itself. So what are we talking about here? In the Al-Sufian, all wise knowledge is honored in the Al-Sufian, except that which is make-believe. So just going amongst humanity, this is the problem humanity faces today, is our lack of understanding of magic. So we're going to start with some understanding of magic at its very basic level so we can protect ourselves in every way of walk. And so the first basis of magic is what is called a spell. Now, this is what we need to know about spells. We can take ourselves back when we was younger, being taught how to spell. So that is a initiation to magic. Learning lettering or spelling. And so when we was learned how to spell and given the spelling alphabet, the alphabet of spells, now we was fit to have the curse and the spell put on us when we'll think we are casting away. And this is why we got to get into this. We may have heard of some of these words. We're going to define spell. A spell, according to Canon 4069, the highest law of the canonical canons. So this is what your Pope knows. This is what your Vatican knows. This is what your rulers and governors know. And today you're going to know what they know. And this is how they bring you in, and you don't know what you're being brought into. It's a beginning wise statement that says if you don't remember your beginning, then you in a dream. And if we don't understand the beginning of why politicians want your black vote, why politicians never helped you but use spells to lure you in. So when a demon talks, he talks spells. Hippity hop. Hey, this is all where it come from. Don't think your hip hop does not contain magic sorcery. Today, to just show you, with words, people are getting paid millions of dollars, and it's very unrighteous.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So this is implications of examples of how we surrounded by it.
Yeah.
And once we define it, we'll be able to know exactly what it is. Any questions before we begin?
Yeah, I just got to say something to that. To the spell. When you say hippity hop, that's not a coincidence that they come up with the word hip hop. So now all the rappers is hip and hopping all over the place and don't realize that they are here casting spells throughout the world. And now, if you observe, it's more folks love hip hop than anything else. And then, if you measure it and you look at it, it degrades people. It degrades women who gave birth to you.
Come on with it.
I mean, it's just a ugly situation at hand, and everybody making millions behind the hip hop, and they don't realize what they're really doing to the people. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with righteousness. Mm-hmm. And we can see the metaphor that's being placed upon us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We can see it. It's heavy now.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It's heavy now.
It's heavy.
That's why the Sufian tells us when we speak, speak
the truth.
Mm. Mm.
That's what we supposed to be coming out of your mouth.
And see, the truth gonna expose the spells.
Yep.
See, the believer's supposed to speak truth to power or truth to magic.
That's right.
Because their only power is to deceive. So here comes the first definition of a spell.
Okay.
A spell is a form of words and ritual used for magical purposes to elicit a specific goal regarding one or more persons or one or more spirits. See, so they playing on the two level.
Yeah.
Persons, that's your legal formality.
Yeah.
Spirit, that's your higher self. So they using magical spells to elicit specific goals. And we know that well through politicians.
Yeah.
They speaking and they want a specific goal.
Yeah. Since you said that, I can think about nothing but how they start us off at school with alphabets. And this is a form of spell when they start from A to Z. And you use alphabets to form and make words. So if we look at the big picture, it starts from the kindergarten all the way up to the university. And this is why we can't speak one language now, because we under the English spell. And now we think we getting somewhere when we go to school and we learn their methods and their ways, because we ain't prospering from all of us that done been to the schools. We've been learning their way and not the true way.
And look at the condition of the people.
Oh yeah.
Is how you tell if they've been casted spells. This is very only way this a spell can work is through the form of words and ritual. Words and action. Come vote. Those are words, and then those words elicit the action.
Yeah.
They ain't telling you voting for what you gonna get for voting, what it counts. No fair exchange.
That's right.
We're gonna learn more. It's 8 pairs that we gotta stay consistent of when we step into the Roman society. It says that the primary pairs of spells since ancient times. This is why this is not nothing new. This is what the war has been based upon. This war that's on the Al-Sufian is a war based on magic. And so now we're going into the root of magic, spells. Just as you have to plant a seed in the dirt, well, magic has to be planted into a spell. So since ancient times, these ancient sorcerers and magicians use these 8 things called, one is a charm. And a charm is known as a charm spell. If you ever heard words that carry this intent. A charm spell traditionally seeks to bring good luck and fortune to a person.
Oh man, no wonder they keep saying good luck, good luck. And you don't win that.
Okay, so I'm familiar for some.
Hey,
Hey, this is what whole magic is based on.
Oh, look good
This is how you know you're starting to dip into something.
here. And our people use that term luck. You know, they believe in it. They're worse than the Irish. They're lucky charm.
It's a long history behind that. As I was saying, Arabia come from Europe. And the original name of Europe was Uber. Uber.
Now they got the Uber driver that come pick you up.
Right. So most people are already under this. But if you can see yourself getting out of it, it'll tune your ears in. That was the charm. Anything that's seeking to bring good luck and fortune to a person. The next spell is a jinx spell.
Oh, look at you. Don't put the jinx on.
If we done heard that, see, those are spells.
My brother told me that just 2 months ago. Don't jinx it.
Right, see, people don't know they believing in magic. While a jinx spell seeks to bring bad luck to a person without physical harm. See, this is very key. That was charm and jinx. That was the first pair. The next pair is bind spell and the break spell. A bind spell, this is what was used as what would be considered the Holy Bible. It was a bind spell. A bind spell is a form of curse that seeks to compel a person to some action, otherwise against their will. See, all these are spells and curses we didn't know. Let's just say up to this point. To go against the will.
So that explains, I mean, as you read, all kind of lights coming on in my head. So as you read that spell, what if a translator used alphabets and words and used it and wrote it as scripts in a book, what they call the Holy Bible, or the Holy teaching these books, but no progress. And all we see stealing and lying, and I mean everybody just doing their thing. And all we see in faith is openness. Everything is out of order. High price is out of order. Everything that we pertain to is out of order. So that explains that.
The binding spell. You can recognize it because it go against your will. Now, if you have been put in a bind, you now know that's a bind spell.
Yeah.
Now, if you are bounded by a bind, then you have to use what is called break spell. This is what they say. A break spell or hex spell seeks to break a binding or a curse. Canon 4072, a protection spell. This is the next spell. A protection spell seeks to protect a person against curse and binding spells. You have to be very careful, especially in the falsified Sufi world.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amulet making and a lot of talismans making for protection from jinns. And so this is a direct conflict on law. The remedy towards the end, as well as the avoidance of conflict and injury. This is what the Vatican be using to keep their, let's say, their dead powers alive in the eyes of the people. They doing rituals right now. This Sunday, they doing rituals right now. Y'all better believe heavy spells get released on a Sunday. How many churches in the world? How many churches in the world?
That's a good question. Good question.
Let's see if AI can pull that up. Let's see, can they own AI can pull that up for?
It's in his file.
Right, it's in his own. It's in his own record book.
It's in his own where we live. Somebody too. Oh, it's low. Okay.
Hey, Lord. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, look at him.
Hey, yes, Lord.
May I have one too? What's up, Rob? Good to see y'all. So good to see you. I've been thinking about you. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Well, to give y'all a brief update, we're covering magic right now.
Yeah.
And we're going over the root of magic.
What you get up to? You been doing anything? How many churches she say it is in the world? Did y'all hear that? 37 million churches in the world. And how could we have so much trouble with all of them churches?
It's 34,000 denominations.
Wait a minute, how many denominations?
34,000.
How come?
With an average 2.4 new ones,
Huh?
with an average 2.4 new ones,
2.4 new. Well, all this new keep coming in and we already have a serious, ugly problem. It's over 5,000 right here in Lowndes County. Man, that's a lot.
When we was younger, we learned something called elementary spelling. And we're gonna take it back. This is what we was learning when we was young. Spelling at an elementary school level is all about helping your child to develop their understanding of essential spelling principles. In first grade and second grade, learners are expected to use their phonic knowledge to recognize common spelling patterns, vowels, and consonants, even sight words, and learn to spell a selection of prefixes and suffixes. In third grade and fourth grade, children should be confident in their skills built in earlier grade levels and leverage them to establish a general understanding of spelling techniques and spelling principles, such as ending rules and how to correctly spell commonly confused words, also known as homophones. By fifth grade and sixth grade, learners should be competent spellers.
What you say?
And have a growing vocabulary of prefixes, suffixes, word families, and more. So by fifth grade and sixth grade, we're supposed to be a master speller.
What you say? What grade you in, Mason? All right. Did you hear what he just read?
He said about fifth grade, you should be master of spelling.
Listen, brother.
Competent. Competent.
Get your shoes off and get done. Yeah, man. Get comfortable. Toe whipper, baby.
Hey, so when we say, hey, we grown, that's what we supposed to know.
Yeah.
We're supposed to understand we are competent spellers that came out of system of spelling. Now, let's go into what we didn't learn when it came to spelling.
Okay.
To the spells. Charm, jinx, bind, and protect. What we have covered so far. There's 4 more patterns that you want to be vigilant of. And so the next one is the exposure. The exposure. While the exposure seeks to remove any protection and leave you vulnerable to curses and harm.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Exposure seeks to remove any protection and leave you vulnerable to curses and harm.
Look at that.
And remember, a spell is a form of words to elicit a specific goal regarding one person or more, or one spirit or more spirits. So if we heard of the word good luck, bad luck,
Yeah, I heard it many times.
these where these things come from.
You would never think nothing of it.
Oh, we're gonna expose it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We finna get it in. What's up, Raw? Raw Allah. Now, this is a good question to the sisters. Have y'all read the Bible? It's been a long time. When you read, do you remember any blood in it? Blood sacrifice? Okay.
But I wasn't surprised if that was
Yeah. It is.
It sure is. It's a sacrifice. Remember the story of the ram in Abraham's son? And wouldn't that be a ritual where in a spirit of where they say in the church what they call communion? And they were telling us to his body represent the bread, and they'll have you practice communion. They'll be saying, eat the bread and drink the blood, and the blood represents the wine, and they'll tell you to eat and drink ye all of it. That's what that was doing there. Because when you stop and think about it, I would look at that like it's cannibalism. I said, why you want to eat people and then drink the blood? You know, but they got it all mixed in. And people mixed in there all together, and really, churches practice that today, y'all. And we don't know no better because we think we're really doing the right thing in the name of Jesus. See? But that's the trap.
And what do we call the Bible? What's the title we put in front of the Bible?
Holy. Holy.
Holy. You came over here to put on me. Oh, excuse me. All right. Me and Rod, come on
You
now.
know, helping Rob.
Yeah, you done help me out. Get going now. So we got to cover the concept of unholy. Because we see holy, but we had no concept of what is unholy. Now we want to read unholy and what unholy is.
Okay.
The idea of unholy was first conceived by the Pope.
By the Pope.
By the Pope.
Did y'all hear that? That's the guy over in Vatican with the white robe.
In the promulgation of his great grimoire of black magic.
What you say?
Pertaining to summoning of spirits, blood sacrifice, Holocaust, and other criminal acts.
Did y'all hear that? Criminal acts.
Did y'all know? Yeah, did y'all know those was crimes?
It sure is. And also the church, we know this, that the Vatican, the church, they were molesting the young men, young boys, and was getting away. And then some would file a complaint. And then they wouldn't prosecute none of the cardinals. So we know this is wrong.
I heard of that.
And the elders was taking advantage of the young, because when the youth don't know no better, they think they look up to you, and then they come to you for good advice, and you taking advantage of them. And this is what the Catholic Church been doing for a long time now. And not only that, pretty much all the others that's pretty much in the pulpit preaching, because we do know for a fact that they would cheat on their wives in a heartbeat.
I'm asking, is it in the Bible? Is men cheating on their wife in the Bible?
It speaks of it.
Okay.
It sure does. They call it adultery and fornication.
Yeah. So yes, while adultery exists, yes. So they're exposing us to criminal acts. And so hopefully it's coming to our homes. Because we believe in
That's right.
the book.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's in the book. The belief, the next line says, the belief by the popes of the Roman code was if a book was created through the most evil acts imaginable into the text itself.
Look at that. Look at that. So that's why it explains so many translators and so many books being translated. The writers.
And isn't one of the committees?
That's why I was wondering about why so many walk in they speak. They do just the opposite. And then when you stop and think about the slave story, that's all it was in killing. So we know something.
They was exposing us to something we didn't know we was being exposed to.
I remember a long time ago when it was coming with the books and all, it's amazing how the settlers and the immigrants came over here and they had their holy book and they had no land. Now they own pretty much all the land. They have the books. flim flam. And then all the presidents sworn in on the book, and yet they don't go by the book.
It's on the popping. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's trying to cook in here, but he's so
All these spells and rituals. Your spell is only as powerful as your belief.
Come on with it.
And have any of
Please,
y'all
come on with
have
it.
any of y'all thought about this? Before they kick that football off, or before they shoot that basketball, or before they participate in any sport, you got to perform a ritual. And that is, you got to sing America the Beautiful. I wonder why. They tuning us in. And now, that's what we all do before we start playing any ball or any sport. We got to do the ritual. That's just how serious it is, because what we're doing, we're casting a spell on us. And it subdues our thinking ability, whether we know it or not. So when you practice this, you're going to be doing this. Now, you think? Mm-hmm. Mason. Mason. Put that in the trash.
Yeah, this is a verse from the Bible. Found one in Psalms 106:38.
Okay. What is it?
And shed innocent blood,
Mm.
even the blood of their sons,
Mm.
and the blood of their daughters,
What you say?
whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Rome. And the land was polluted with blood.
Mm. Mm.
It's stuff like that that's scattered all over the Bible and approximately in the Old Testament.
Hmm.
So we have to be careful what we are believing in as a individual,
Yeah.
because books contains spells. And we know that by having the book ourselves.
Yeah.
And the condition our people are in.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know something ain't wrong.
I know something. I know something wrong, man.
You have to be known to not feel
That's right.
the pain people going through and the lack of ignorance of what's causing this pain.
Yeah.
I know everywhere we go, people are in pain, they in hurt, they need to get surgery, gotta go pick up their medicine.
I mean, it's a mess.
I mean, it's just every day.
Yeah, ain't no remedy.
And then if we think as children, you're gonna live longer off the same knowledge and the same actions of your people that came before you. See, that's just not gonna work. Or you're gonna live less alive.
That's right. And that's what you see today. People bury their children. How about that? How about that? Burying their children.
Right.
This is why.
No blood supposed to be shed. On a holy, we talking about something holy.
Yeah.
And there's all innocently getting sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
How many young rappers have died? Come on, man. Like,
That's right.
we accustomed to this stuff like, oh, he just passed away. These people are young. And keep stabbing an older person to death.
Grandmother, wasn't it?
Yes.
Look at it. Now, see how bad that is.
See, and we must understand if we don't want to be in the same situation, we must call a truck, a duck, a spell, a spell. Yes, everything that is unholy, unholy.
Yeah. And before y'all came up, we were discussing the word hip hop. That's a spell. How about that, y'all? And so now all our people and the rappers want to be under the hip hop, and look what hip hop produces. It degrades our women. It's talking about killing. It's talking about robbing. It's all about money, and it's just been a bad thing ever since hip hop came on board. The rappers who rapping and they pushing it, they making millions, but they harming our children and our people. And now most folks, young of age, they want to be a rapper. They want to be part of the hip hop. So you see what we got? Man, we in a world of trouble and don't even realize it.
And they're trying to come out now and apologize and say what they done did and what they realized. I see a lot of people trying to believe the so-called celebrity. NBA Young they having heart to heart. And they saying that they was brainwashed and giving money at a young age. And what do you expect to do?
Yeah.
That's why I'm bringing it to our attention. The spells are real. They know what they're doing. They know you're going to take overwhelming amount. It's just older taking advantage of the younger. And if you don't know these things yourself, especially a woman, I mean, you open target for a man. If you ain't got no man right now, and a woman listening in, if you don't know these things, this what's called game. Game is spells. So when we talking about life, we talking about life is a gift. Life is a gift, and it be no curse. But people walking around with the Bible, speaking things out of the Bible, ain't ever bringing to your attention the vanity of these things. And we're going to be getting into our lesson in the Tao. We ain't started on that yet. We just opening it up.
Oh, this is a good lesson for the ears to hear what we're talking about.
Right. This just for humanity, because we know the positive. Everybody not a positive thinker, and they don't know how to combat negativity.
There you go.
So this will help give you some strengthening knowledge. As the magic promoted by the Pope and subsequent popes of the Roman Church in promotion of their black magic books possess no proper grounding in ancient necromancy, nor spells, nor curses, nor any skills of ancient sorcery. All grimoires are fraud and deluded imitations. Therefore, the belief that such books have power, let alone unholy power, is an absurdity. We haven't been told that the young done peep game already, that the God that's proclaimed is a false God. But what proof did we have to say that? Now we have the proof for the exposure. That the wicked poison that burst forth out of the Bible. The Bible is the false religion of the Aryans. That's the ancient name of Rome, or Catholic Church, before they became Catholic Church. A false God and false prophet who never existed. False texts and false scripture that defile and dishonor the wisdom of the divine creator. That was just some helping for those who all right, we're gonna move from the exposure. Now we're going to the heal spell. A heal spell seeks to help a person improve their health. Seeks to improve their health. What that sounds like in today's time. Having a life experience.
Yeah. You say improve their health.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not being improved.
To improve their health.
You take it more medicine. And now I go for a fight since I became an elder. All our elders was on medication. I went to my class reunion after 50 years. Wheelchairs. And then everybody got to talking about what's been the resolution. And you look at the word pharmaceutical and it ain't good.
That's why I'm trying to do what I can. Because another word for spell is pill. It's the same word. Take a heal pill. Can someone take a pill and be healed? Can you go outside, Mason, and pick up a pill off a tree? So look at the sorcery. I'm just pointing out spells.
Yeah.
Our people believe not in what the Creator created, but going
to
the sorcerer.
Right on.
How can we not understand if you don't call sunlight, daylight, you're going to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
So now we got a harm spell.
Outside of faith.
Guys,
That's
they out here using it to get skinny.
Right, to get skinny. I mean, like, it's some things we got to be questioning right now.
yeah. And,
Right.
and
Right.
And let us take a look at this right here, son, what they call the FDA, Food, Drugs Administration. Why would you put food with the drugs? About this sickness, whether y'all know it or not. And anybody else, they get all license, murder you whether you know it or not. And most everything that we possess down here, you got to have a license. You got to have a driver's license. And who came up with that concept?
When marriages take oaths too,
The Bible.
what? That's some of the silliest thing. We ain't married by none of those ways. We follow the divine creator. Because why? People have got married with vows.
Yeah.
They have broken their vows.
Yeah.
They said to them, do your
Do us some
part.
harm, that's right.
How many have came together and lied to each other? See, this is spell casting. We're ruining each other's lives, wasting time. And you either know from the beginning or the ending what it is. But if we don't wake up out of this illusion that our old people are in,
Yeah.
we have to understand good from bad. We know good relationships from bad relationships. We're talking about the things that's not working. And for Chris, that don't supposed to be.
And now
That's
they
the
got
biggest disgrace I've ever had.
transgender. Not to mention transgender. And
For y'all women, it's feminize themselves, put on toenail polish, nails longer than y'all, hair longer, they in the mirror longer,
Yeah, it's a mess.
arguing more than you, gossiping more than you, you more than you. Hey, yes, I done seen some rappers that you know they done got some facelifts, some things to change. I'm like, I asked you the other day, and they couldn't leave in their hair. And I'm like, man, this stuff is, the black man better wake up. I don't know what's in his food.
Oh, guess what? They doing that too, son. The chemistry they're going and putting it in the food is what making them feminine.
It's also the ignorance. It's the ignorance of the parents. It's the ignorance of the parents who see that person. Yes.
Oh, y'all had a first-hand experience.
The parents is putting that feminine behavior into their children. And
Show
allowing
up here.
daily, daily, without any reason.
And they'll tell you that they support them. No, look
Ain't
at
nothing wrong with it.
They
just children.
Look what the basketball player. Wait. Yeah. We better have too loud because he's gonna hear us back to on the world wide. But they was cool with their children being that way.
I support it.
That's a fact.
I support it.
That's a fact. Publicly. We ain't making nothing up. That was public.
And then we look at Will Smith and I see all our big time people on the tip top. Look what's happening to the families. They being destroyed. And it ain't gonna stop.
And of course, if you speak up against it, now you're phobic.
Yeah.
Or you hate the community.
Yeah. See how they use psychology.
Anti something.
Anti.
Right.
Anti.
Oh, you're anti this. Oh, you're such and such phobic. Oh, you're hating the community. No, I just don't agree with it.
Right. I'm glad you brought that example up, sis, because that's a protection spell. They trying to protect themselves by using a protection spell.
Yeah.
When we know in the name of anything divine, that is not safe.
That's right.
If we talking about mental illness, it's gonna be more than America.
Show no pills.
I think I read an article where they're trying to figure out basically how to replace the woman. They're trying to figure out how to now incubate babies to where they have an artificial womb, basically.
What
I'm
you
with
say?
you. I'm glad you said that. Let me
Going babies outside of women.
outside of women.
That's not even natural.
And that's not even natural. And they don't want y'all to speak up. Y'all have to speak up in this time.
Inside of lab.
Yep, I got your evidence right here.
Make babies outside the womb.
It shows.
No, I did see that. They taught that within the military that was going on.
Well, you know, they always start with animals.
What?
They tested on
Start with
animals.
animals.
And once they,
They
you know,
experimented.
perfected,
That's right.
then they start with the
Yep.
There you go. That's why they was using rats in the lab.
That's the first
White
experience was
rats.
Hey,
Mm.
Oh!
They were working on the skin.
They trying to say the bag, the little grow bag for mothers that carry the term. So, you know, they're going to try to make it seem like they've been
doing it for them. Yeah, of course.
Right.
Here we go. How you just spoke of protection. That's a protection spirit.
Right.
Yeah.
But they already halfway there. You have to think about when they start doing the whole like embryos and then they
There you
remove
go.
it from your body.
Right.
Putting the baby inside like
There you
I'm
go.
like,
Right.
how did
That
I?
ain't natural.
that's natural.
You don't know, ain't.
And we know 2 women that had an unnatural baby.
Ain't that something?
Yes, and it's something to see a GMO baby
Yeah.
moving around.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is
talking. Yes, we know someone with 2 women
Hank
went through that $1,000. They had enough money. We got it done.
Yeah.
And we, her name is Miss Jackson.
And how about this, y'all? Yeah.
I'm just like watching this to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a GMO baby, but I mean,
natural conception.
it's just how she was just explaining.
Yeah.
See, now listen to this is artificial womb. And this is what they doing with their science. An artificial uterus. Do we hear that?
Yeah.
That means they don't want no more black men. Y'all understand that? That means elimination of the black man. You eliminate our black woman. Right.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that cancel out the whole, that means there's no more. Who gonna protect the women?
Yeah.
Because the women can't protect themselves. Not against men, not males.
That's right.
So when we talking about artificial uterus, this is in effect in our time. Rob might be trying to get a woman that came from artificial womb. Hey, we gotta keep them on point. Hey, hey, they trying to get, hey, what? They trying to get Mason. No, we gotta have every right. We can't have. Right. Right.
And check this out, y'all. They use the highest court in the land, which they call the Supreme Court, to pass the bills and give it the authority to make this legal. How about that? Now that's why we got genders and transgenders now.
They even got it where
It's bad, y'all.
like certain things
Bad
like
and sad.
insurances will cover these surgeries.
Ooh.
And their excuses that because it causes like mental health, like they're suicidal and they're depressed. So now they can have insurance cover these, which I just find interesting because it's like you can literally get insurance to approve the removal of your natural genitalia for like women who might, suffer depression and stuff with childbirth. Can't get a procedure to approve like, skin tightening or none of that, but you can approve a change.
See that?
Wow.
Maybe
See that?
When they used to be declared infinity years ago.
I was saying.
That's right.
I was saying.
And then they going as far as the change things. Like this isn't considered
Policy,
Right.
legislature,
I'm breaking it down. It should be you.
policies.
It should be you. Oh yeah, let's finish that. An artificial uterus is a device. What?
Yeah.
A device enabling the incubation and gestation of an embryo or fetus similar to the natural occurring uterine capabilities of a female organism of the species, but external and separate to the body of a female of the species, able to carry the embryo or fetus to full term and birth. How many celebrity babies y'all think is going through this process? They got the bread. We seen one, and they got money. What we're saying, they can get it done. So think about the celebrities. Do you think Blue Ivy, I'm asking the women because as y'all have children, y'all would know. I'm just opinionating.
That's how Blue Ivy come up.
But I'm like, yeah, it didn't seem like Beyonce was like pregnant too fast and had the baby too.
Timing was way off.
Way off.
Yeah.
Body, I mean,
Yeah, that's what they do.
right. I mean, like, come on.
The deflated stomach on stage.
Right.
As soon as she sat down, it went like, oh,
Right.
as a female was pregnant, that ain't how that works.
Right. Like, y'all talk with me now.
Hey,
I went around getting pregnant with
Yeah.
I
know,
it takes a while. That's what I'm finna say next. That's what I'm
Good
finna say
content,
next. How
too.
can you do that?
That's you.
Mansions on top of mansions.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That was to keep the people out of their business.
That's what common sense. See, that's why they can't trick us. They ain't gonna fool us.
Why would you have your work at home and have the people come to you?
There you go. You got the money,
The
honey.
money, why not?
That's right. And there's midwives.
simple and easy.
Right.
Okay, it wasn't easy for the body.
And what
But
they
the
doing?
process we went through, it was easy.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
do it right.
Yeah. Right
That's
on.
what we know.
Right on. What were they
And
doing
I'm just
before
saying-
the first hospital was built? What they was doing? They call them midwives.
And the midwives at home birth.
Right. Home births.
And to be honest, just from being able to experience both, a hospital birth, like they literally complicate and make the process longer and more painful.
Yeah, and
It's
make
more
money on. That's
definitely a
right.
money game.
That's right.
My ice water birth compared to my hospital birth, completely different.
And then,
See, that's an experience. You
Yeah.
need to write a book on that shit. Or a podcast on that, because you can experience and help so many women.
yeah,
Women need help today, just like our males need help today.
that's right.
We are both in a state of emergency.
We sure is.
And that's why like cesarean section rate has gone up because they get paid to perform those C-sections.
See that?
It's more expensive, and then you also have women dying from that. And
See that? That's right.
Life complications.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
So a woman can lose her life while the doctor or the birth giver is getting paid.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Or I don't know if you guys heard about the case in Atlanta. It was a couple that was having their first baby. They probably was around our age now, but it was a doctor who was practicing, meaning they weren't employed at the hospital, but they were practicing there. And I guess somewhere along the process, the baby got stuck in the birth canal, so they told her she had to do a
Oh yeah.
emergency C-section.
Yeah.
And they're pulling the baby and decapitating the baby.
Yeah, they broke the baby shoulder or something.
From the body, and then they covered it up.
See that?
And then they covered it up and propped
Oh,
the baby's
man,
head.
they
And
good.
told her, like, oh, you can do a baby for the glass.
They good at that.
They pulled the baby out. Decapitated the baby.
This
Hey,
is
look at
a public video?
No,
Okay.
it's not on public video.
Okay.
Mm.
But that's what the report was saying.
Correct. So
Wow.
they have a lawsuit now. Trying
In Atlanta?
to
Is it? How
It's
long
literally
ago?
time for water.
No, no,
Exactly.
no.
Around the same time.
Man, this is a time that we need to band together for those
That's
type
right.
things.
Now, that's what we gotta do. Band together.
Yes. A
No,
whole.
don't put that in your mouth, bitch. No.
Man,
Try to hide in life.
right, wow,
You dropped it.
wow.
I got you. Come on.
Wow.
Right. Hey, you make me drop it.
Y'all, it's time to stand up and fight against all this here and quit going along with it. It's just like the voting system. We need to quit going on it. We ain't getting nowhere no vote. We ain't getting nowhere. Oh,
Hey.
he don't want it. He don't want it. He'll let you know what he wanted now. It might be a drink of water or something. If it ain't the cookie, you want a drink of water or something. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
But then the cookie.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you.
We gotta come together.
The whole process is the whole process itself is supposed to be natural and hands-free. And we experience that. In the hospital, they do too much touching, too much intervening.
And get all your blood. They love to get all your blood. Because we got that good blood. And they want it when they get us in there.
They steal your placenta. We use that for all kind of research.
Right.
Yeah.
They get everything they need off the stem cells.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
they need.
Isn't that the thing we saw inside the movie with the container and she had the baby with her?
That's what we were talking about. It was an artificial womb.
That's the TV show we was watching. With the twin doctors. It was a remake.
You talk about
Twin
911.
doctors, and one was advocating to have a birth center. And then that's when they grew the baby. They got the twin sisters, it was on like Netflix or something. Apple TV. Twin sisters, they were doctors.
That's bad.
And they was advocating to have a birth center, but then they ended up, one sister
Okay.
created the artificial baby. Yeah, they did all of that.
Mm.
They come up with these movies, but they can get them from stuff that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Why you got this shit all this here stuff? Hey, that's for real.
not only that, it even got as far as I actually have an associate that I know who went through this whole IVF process. And now she's going through it. She's possibly going to have a second baby. But the thing that got me is that they choose if they're having a girl or a boy.
Look at it.
They getting it
Yes,
that
Oh,
way.
look at science. Like, how are you getting to choose the gender of your child? So now you're messing with DNA.
Oh, yeah. You manipulating.
Oh,
Yeah.
these science, they never have nothing.
Oh, I believe that. I really believe the skin color. Because some of these celebrities,
Oh,
they may
yeah.
have a darker skin parent and how the child come out like super bright.
Yeah, that's what's
Them
going
the things
on.
be questionable, yeah.
That's what's going on.
2-3 times in a row, you mean to tell me like they ain't not one of them?
Right. It's like a whole nother thing.
That's what's
Yeah,
going
with
on.
the DNA. Mm-hmm.
I definitely believe that.
It's surely. And so now we finna bring it to a little positivity of it. So the main thing we need to know, if you feel negative about something,
Yeah.
this is the indication. All spells are considered as a whole a negative action. So if you feel that negativity, that's a sign to us that it's a spell.
Yeah.
That's what we want to be aware of, what we feel.
Yep.
Because it's letting us know, like how we saying, something ain't right.
Something right.
That's why something ain't right. It's called a spell.
Yep.
They manipulating, some type of manipulation here. Now, how do negativity come account? The nature of most words and rituals, the generally high ignorance of the operators invoking such spells, the lack of respect to spirits
Look at that.
and the divine,
A lack of respect.
and the lack of consent and the lack of right of free will
Look at
of those attempted to be spelled.
that. Free will.
A spell is not required to counteract another spell.
Hmm.
This is because ignorance cannot trump ignorance. Everything they doing to us is a form of ignorance.
That's right.
And once we know about it,
That's right.
this is where we become infinitely more powerful.
Right on.
Because we're able to bob and weave,
Right on.
dodge the pothole.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to live a long time. Hey, remember, y'all, this million, we're going to be getting a lot of money here soon. Y'all going to be wanting to stay alive.
That's right.
Because these times coming where the big payment is coming for.
That's right. For all the evil they done to us, man.
Yes,
we stole our land and everything.
Yes, we won't ever work again, do anything again. We have money for the end, from the birth to the end.
And let me say this. If we will come together on what we know, we can all be rich tomorrow. If all of us would band together, because see, they are operating unlawfully, whether y'all know it or not. That Department of Justice, they are operating under negative law, not positive law. They ain't operating under divine law.
And that's what it tells us. No spell can withstand the blinding light of divine law.
See that? See that? Just got it out.
Right there, you already know you have a divine right of free will.
That's right.
And divine right of.
That's right.
And divine use.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And here it come right here to brag what you just saying. This is what our Creator tells us. The highest form of right a man may be given is the right of divine use.
Look at that.
What is that? These are the gifts that Allah has given to you of your flesh and your mind.
Look at that. Flesh and mind. Look at that.
If it's your flesh and your mind, you can do what you want with it. Anyone else forcing anything against your will,
that's right,
is a spell.
Uh-oh.
The divine creator gave you a flesh and a mind. How big that is right there.
That's right.
Yeah, you can walk away with your flesh or you can dip out in your mind. It don't even matter, hey.
That's right. And who want to control your body and your mind? I don't have to tell you. White supremacy. The so-called white man want to control you every way of life. Oh man, that's a beautiful tone. Beautiful tone. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we can get into our divine.
Oh, see, there used to be a program called this Love of Life. Would you believe that? It was a program been running a long time for over 60 years called The Love of Life. And it reads, to look for life is to find death. Are the 13 organs of our time. Do it make sense? Do that make sense? Think on that. There's a whole lot of things pertaining to the body that's inside. And the biggest organ of all is our skin that covers us. And we ain't pleased with that when we look at that. Why? are the organs of our life where death enters us? Question mark. Because we hold to hard to live. Huh? Said because. And we know some of us live hard. What I meant by that, and all the accumulation, once you get in there, and you got to have this, you got that, and your want, and your desire, and you go after all that. So I've heard, if you live in the right way, not the wrong way, but the right way, this is what it's going to take. When you cross country, you needn't not fear to meet a mad bull or a tiger. When you are in a battle, you need not fear the weapons. The bull will find nowhere to jab his horn. The tiger nowhere to stick his claws. The sword nowhere for its point to go. Remember the story of Jesus Christ where they said they took the sword and what pierced him in the side. Pierced him. Why? Question mark. Because there's nowhere in you for death to enter. Huh? See, this is powerful here. This is powerful saying, man. You gotta think, you gotta get your mind to cooking. You got to stir the pot. You know, when you're cooking certain things, you gotta stir. Huh? You got to stir the soul, you got to stir the spirit. So you can understand. But it said if you live the right way, and this is what we did, this was K.O.S. is telling the people. It's time to come on board, rah, to the right way. Because there's a right way and a wrong way. Huh? There's a right way to do things, and there's a wrong way to do things. And this is what's been going on in all our lives. And they started us off wrong. So if you start off wrong, you're going to end up wrong. And this is why we all in the condition we in. They said that we were born to be slaves, driving Miss Daisy, being a butler. See, all this is wrong. But now that become a way of life, and we think this the only way, it is this way. It's to serve them. You done read too many stories about the slaves in Egypt. Now, you begin to think that way. And the translator wrote in there said that you'll be in a foreign land and you should serve them for 432 years. Well, I ought to be up by now. Just we looking at mathematics. That time should be up. Now, do you want to continue to be a slave? The trap is right there in your mind because now you can't never think of a way out. You still want to go his way and do what they doing. Listen, when we look at Capitol Hill, the majority of them is European. And the ones that look like us, they done join forces with them because that's why they won't say among the word that helped you. Look at all the black lawyers, so-called black lawyers. They know the law, but they ain't doing the things that helped you. They turned their back. They're looking the other way. Yeah, I got you right there. That paper, no, I always say I got the right hand. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Hey. There you go. There you go.
System, their own handshakes, their own energy completes not one of the 10,000 things fail to cultivate sacred or to obey his power. Their reverence or faith and obedience to its power are life empowers nourishes them, mothers protect life. So you have without possessing.
Nature.
Yes, good job, Mason.
When you look at creation itself, just look at the nature and the nurture, the sun, the moon, the trees, the rivers, the sea, all nature itself. And when you come to the people, look what happens. We get at somebody else's nature. We pick up their ugly ways, their ugly habits. This is what's going on. We have gotten away from nature. That's why nobody plants a garden anymore. They want to go to the stuff bad. What you going? We're getting away from nature because once upon a time there was no Walmart, no Kmart, all the Kmart.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be Walmart, K-Wall. K and one was called Wall.
Fruit of the children is to turn back to the mother. The body comes to its ending, but it's here.
Beautiful.
Close the openings, shut the doors, and to end the end of life to its insight. And so keep from going too far. That's how to practice what's forever.
How about that word? How about all right. Now I want to address some things here. In the translation in the book, it didn't mean and the word was God, and the word was with God. No mother. And then when you look at the Trinity, which they voted on, they got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. No mother.
Nowhere.
Can't no book give birth to you, but a mother can. But for some reason, the translator, when he was putting all his words together, he decided to omit that. And now, over here in the middle of North America, they have all the mothers incarcerated and locked up over 70%. What the hell's going on? I know. But ain't nobody saying a mumbling word till they locking up our women. 70%. Oh, our women are on the crooks. And the rest, all other women of all other nationalities, they the same. Huh? red flags ought to be going up all over. And in the circle 7, the noble Jubilee say another word for truth is the mother of virtue. I rest my case. Right to the beginning. That's beautiful. That's what we do.
Back to the beginning.
Yes, the true beginning.
There's nothing to fear.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Insight. Insight. If my mind's modest, I walk the great way. Arrogance is all I feel. The great way is slow and plain. The palace is full of splendor, and the fields are full of weeds. And the granaries are full of nothing. People wear ornaments and fancy clothes, carrying weapons, drinking a lot and eating a lot, having a lot of things, a lot of money. Shameless thieves. Surely.
Did you hear that?
That sounds like what's on Capitol Hill.
That's what it is.
So no. Ooh.
Yes,
Definitely can see some
brother.
observations.
Huh?
You definitely can see some observations.
Yes, indeed. The ornaments and fancy clothes, they got all kind of stuff around their neck.
It's funny because it's called insight.
Yeah.
And all those are things you can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
External sight versus insight.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's why it's nothing to fear, because once we have the insight of what's really inside, the external ain't nothing. You can get whatever you want. See, all that is got by the inside. A lot of money, a lot of things, eating a lot, drinking a lot, that comes from all the inside.
Yeah. We know that.
But it's a super that says perfection is found not in the extremes, but the balance of imperfection. See, and that's an extreme, just on one side.
Yeah.
Just having a lot on one side, but then not having a lot of insight.
Yeah. It says, like the shortcuts over the mountains.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's the peel poppers running. Hey, we have to understand that that's going to believe in his spells in that way.
sign of the mysterious. Being full of power is like being a baby. Scorpions don't sting. Tigers don't attack. Eagles don't strike. Soft bones, weak muscles, but a firm grasp. Ignorant of the intercourse of man and woman. Yet the baby penis is erect.
Goodness gracious. What the baby done seen?
You gotta look at it from that perspective. Look at
Hey, it's like that for real.
Yeah.
Hey, I was it's like that. That's deep insight right there. Yeah. Right. So, wow. That's powerful. I did not know that the baby penis is erect. See, and I mean, hey, the women don't like that, huh?
That's right. Yeah, no more do that. I know that for a fact.
I noticed that just talking to the women about men at younger stages. I don't know, but I don't know. That's why. Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Appreciate sharing that livable experience. Wow.
Being full of power is what.
That's what. The sign.
Yes.
Of the spirit.
Like being a baby.
Yeah.
Internally.
The sign of the spirit.
The sign of the mysterious. Okay. Oh, you finished it?
No.
No, you finished yours? Oh, you okay. The baby penis, oh yes, man. I was a deep thought. I'm still a deep thought.
All day long, screaming and crying, but never being forced. To know harmony is to know what's eternal. To know what's eternal is enlightenment. Increase of life is full of portent. The strong heart exhausts the violent.
Sign
Just like babies. They keep coming. They start coming yet. Baby coming.
You know, I believe that a lot of our people don't really believe in eternity because of how they do and live. It said to know harmony. That's peace, man, and love, man. Is to know what's eternal. That is as well. To know what eternal is enlightenment. This is the purpose of coming together and study to show thyself approved. The scripture where Jesus said, and he said, know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. This is that enlightenment. And enlightenment leads to eternal. This is what we're learning and learning all about the soul and the spirit, see? Yeah. Yeah. What you want? Have one more day. Look at this time there.
Okay, in Divine Instruction 54. Some rules is our topic. Some rules. First line. Well planted is not uprooted. Well kept is not lost. The offerings of the generations to the ancestors will not cease.
Look at that.
To follow the way, the Al-Sufian, yourself is real power. To follow it in the family is abundant power. To follow the way in the community is steady power. To follow the way in the whole country is lasting power. To follow the way in the world is divine power. So in myself, I see what self is. Not what self is not. In my household, I see what my family is. In my town, I see what community is. In my nation, I see what a country is. In the world, I see what is under heaven. How do we know the world is so? Question mark. By this. By the way. We got 7 more minutes. Let's hang in there.
I'm going to say something to that first, where it says, the offering of the generations to the ancestors would not cease. You remember when you was talking about like how my parents all them gone, and they didn't maybe they didn't figure it out like our grandfather and grandmother did. They were flair. But they're all springs like you and I. We found out. So guess what? It been.
There you go. That's why it's so
important. See, somebody got to get it right. Yeah. It said, well, not cease. See, just back up what you said, or not just yesterday, but many times before.
Yep, that's love from the Creator.
Will not cease.
Yeah, will not cease. We should have enough time to complete.
Oh yeah, y'all.
Okay, whoever angelic voice.
I think it's telling me now. Go ahead. You want to do it? They should want to do it. We don't deny the children. They will and we will.
We're on 56.
Yes, sir.
Mysteries of power. Who knows doesn't talk. Who knows doesn't know. Who talks doesn't know. Closing the openings, shutting the doors. Shutting doors. Anointing edge, loosing mind. Then be one with the dust of the weight. So you come to the beat of sameness. Then you can't be controlled by love or by rejection. You can be controlled by profit or by loss.
Mm.
You can't control by praise or by humiliation.
Right on.
Then we have honor under heaven.
See that? The mysterious of power.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes. I can do that. 57.
Mm-hmm. Cause these ain't long.
Yeah, they ain't on. 5-7. Being simple. Run the country by doing what's expected. Oh. Oh, he took. I mean, he took. He hit it too.
You alright?
Win the war by doing the unexpected. Control the world by doing nothing. How do I know that? By this. The more restriction and prohibition in the world, the poor people get. The more experts the country has, the more of a mess it is. The more ingenuous the skillful are, the more monstrous their inventions. The louder the call for law and order, the more the thieves and con men multiply. How many times we've marched the street, no peace, no justice. And you trying to get justice from a crook. That don't make no sense.
More experts the country has.
Philosophers.
These philosophers.
I'm glad you noticed that.
These lawyers, these
on
Yes,
Capitol Hill,
yeah.
these politicians.
All
That's
these
what they are.
labels.
Yeah, they call them politicians.
Good.
Yeah,
Good thought.
good thought, brother. So a wise leader might say, I practice in action. And people look after themselves. I learn to be quiet, and the people themselves find justice. I don't do business, and the people prosper on their own. I don't have wants, and the people themselves are uncut wood. The wood is still blue. Well, wasn't we prospered on our own before all these names and these companies came to be? Huh?
So we can be what we have with us.
Yeah. Because now he has something that you want. He let you see it, and now you want it.
Yep. So we can close on that.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. Next will be 58. Living with change.
58. Let's see that.
Saying. You want to do it again. You like that pop?
Hey, that was that. It sounded. Hey, I'm telling you. I hope the people enjoyed and learned lots and apply what you learned. Al-Sufian.